your place for breaking news alerts.
Welcome back to Rivercity Live. Well, I mentioned earlier we were going to get your smile going, make it shine bright, maybe get it back for you. Maybe you're looking in the mirror and you see broken or missing teeth. Well, it used to be that you would have to think root canal or dentures even. Well, no longer. Dr. Freeman of Elite Smiles Dentistry is with us, and he's not just a dentist, he's an author, an educator, and we have touched on this before, but I think it's something that could change lives. The idea of implants, and specifically a kind of implant if you're missing many teeth. But let's start slow.
Right.
What's an implant?
An implant. Something that the dental community has kind of made this magical idea about what a dental implant is, but it's very simple. An implant is the best way to replace a missing tooth, and it's made up of 3 parts. Basically, the first part is the actual dental implant, which is the anchor that goes into place. A dental crown, which most people have a dental crown in their mouth at this point in time, and that dental crown is connected to the anchor via what's called an abutment. So those are the 3 parts: the implant, the abutment, and crown. And that's what a dental implant is and all of its components.
Okay, so now let's transition. Let's say somebody needs many of these.
Yes.
There are many teeth missing.
Right.
Where do you go from there?
Well, typically speaking, we'll start to look at what would be the best way to replace many teeth. And in often cases, we look at it and say, hey, someone has a lot of cavities, maybe needs lots of root canals. So rather than necessarily trying to save all the teeth, we might talk about replacing them. As you already mentioned, the traditional way of doing that is with what's called dentures. Most people just don't really get along with dentures too well. So we have a great new solution, something called All-on-4. And basically the idea behind it is that we use just as few implants, maybe even as few as 4 implants, to replace all of the teeth, and you get a beautiful fixed bridge that stays in place and never comes in and out like traditional dentures do.
I'm sure a lot of us know somebody or have a family member who have had dentures, and it even becomes almost like a joke in movies and on TV shows, very inconvenient and all of that. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who said, oh, I wish this was around when I had the opportunity. So who is a candidate?
You know, to be honest with you, again, there's so many people who go through the process of I had a root canal, I had the crown on it, now it all fell out, and I just don't want to keep going through that process over and over again, and I know I have a lot of teeth that need to be replaced. So really it's looking for someone who really wants a final solution, not really just kind of doing patchwork, you know, over and over and over again, but looking for a final solution to really transform their smile and transform their life.
Sometimes it's important to do it right the first time.
Absolutely.
I mean, maybe it isn't your first time and then you have another chance, obviously, but if you're already thinking, okay, well, like, you know, maybe I can just do this or just do that, get it done,
right,
and you'll be very happy with the process. One time when you and I talked, we talked about being an artist.
Yes.
And I firmly believe that, because you have to have the science behind it, obviously, and the skill and the education, but then you also have to be able to kind of envision, right? Do you feel like there's part of that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when you look at someone's smile, there's endless topics that we can actually talk about as far as how to design actual teeth, how it's supposed to fit your face. If you have a rounder face, you need rounder teeth. If you have a squarer face, you need squarer teeth. And there's a lot of those components that you need to take into it to make sure that we're not just giving you back a smile, but close to the smile that you always had as a child and that you remember growing up with, which is typically what people want. They just want to be themselves again, and that's what we're able to do. And that artistry takes a huge part in getting you back to that point.
And I know it's life-changing. And I also can tell you, like, my son, who is a patient of yours, actually, when you asked him, what is your goal? He said, I want to be able to see my teeth.
Right.
He just can't. He's just the way they are, and I can't wait to see him smile.
Yes. Yes.
So that's kind of the thing. If you want to bring the smile back, it changes the way people interact with you. It really does change everything, and it opens up your future to such bright possibilities, too. So let's talk about a special opportunity, a free consultation.
Absolutely.
And clean, inviting office, personal. I can attest to all of these things. They're wonderful. And we want to make sure that you know where to go to get all of these things. So what we're going to do is pop it all up on your screen so you can get that free consultation and visit them online at EliteSmilesDentistry.com. You really do have such a fantastic group over there, Doctor.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind.
Really love it. I want to see those smiles. Send us pictures of your smiles.
Absolutely. Please do.
We insist upon that. Now we're going to get to something pretty darn important, also very important. We're going to send it out to Mark.